My name is Elena. I am 37 years old. I am the mother of a boy with autism. He has Asperger's syndrome. His name is Artyom and he is 13 years old. People with this disorder have brains that work differently. They don't think like we do, they don't live like we do, and because of this, they have difficulties communicating with others. Artyom was born. When he was 1 year and 2 months old, I started to notice that something was wrong because he stopped showing emotions. He used to babble before that age, and then his speech faded too. By age 1.5, I had completely lost him. He didn't respond to his name, avoided hugs and touch, wasn't interested in toys, didn't interact with other kids in the sandbox, and basically stopped walking on his own altogether. He was running all the time. In the apartment, he would run in circles, and the objects he took out of drawers, he would line them up around the apartment. He would crawl along them and check if they were all lined up perfectly straight. He would walk around and just vocalize like this. Just like that, like a dolphin. When he was 2.5, we went through the evaluation for kindergarten. He was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, and delayed speech and mental development. With this diagnosis, with this problem, we began our battle. It was an enormous amount of work. From the age of 2.5, we started taking different medications. At the same time, we worked with a special education teacher, a psychologist, and did daily exercises at home. I took it as a challenge. I didn't experience a child's love and affection, from my child, until the age of 5. I asked, I cried, I hugged him, hug me. He pushed me away. I said, well, say it, my mommy. But I never heard that first word, Mom. He never made cards for me in kindergarten.
Well, it's not like we have to hug all the way. Well, I don't really like it when people hug me.
But I knew that it had a delayed effect. It all adds up. It's not for nothing. It's like an investment. And I understood that even if he doesn't talk to me, I will still talk to him. And I commented on all his actions and my own actions. So he didn't really understand that he was himself, let alone that he understood I was his mom. But I didn't feel from him that he needed me. Usually children cry when their mom leaves. He didn't care. Artyom called me and my husband by our names. Lena, well, give me some water. That is, he heard how we were called in the family and among friends, Lena and Sasha, and for us it was already an achievement that he was addressing us. He learned to read before he could speak. Hippopotamus, I write, is sitting on the table. He reads. I show him, this is a hippopotamus. That was when he was 4 years old, maybe even earlier. He learned the letters by himself. Artyom has rituals in his behavior. He doesn't allow people to touch his right side or to pass him on his right side. He will even block another person from passing. Just so that, and because of this, he already draws attention to himself. When you walk towards him, he stops and tries to walk around you. Right up to the right side. They even know that they need to touch the right side. At school, the kids, they touch him on purpose and run away because they know that he will chase after them anyway to touch them back in response. Yeah, with which side? Any side.
Well, if it's with the right hand, then...
If it's with the right hand, then with the right hand. And he also has a bedtime ritual. He talks about and describes the most memorable moments of the day while already lying in bed. He even adds some emotional embellishments to them. You can't hear the words, but there's this mumbling and vocalizing. Autistic people, hit themselves in the face, push themselves, hit themselves in the chest. He used to do that before. He would push himself, like fall down, and he would make sounds to go along with it. Nothing at all, just these kinds of sounds. Well, we saw it and we stopped it. He used to have open self-aggression, but now it's hidden. He hides under the blanket with his head, and well, that's when his whole ritual of living through the day begins. That's the most painful thing for me. He doesn't like it when people speak in a whisper, and he doesn't like it when they hum little songs, as if they're doing it on purpose. He gets tired of himself, he gets tired of constantly fighting with the rituals and sensations that interfere with his life. Artyom has a very limited emotional background. All his displays of emotion are just a way to make contact with the outside world. He studies videos, remembers what phrases were said there and how people laughed in response. And he uses these phrases when talking to his peers, but his peers don't laugh. Artyom studies in a regular school, in a regular class. The kids don't talk to him. The kids say Artyom is strange. Some are scared by how different he is. They see that something is wrong with him, but they don't understand what it is, and no one explains it to them.
But if I become famous all over the world, I'll have more friends, right?
Do you want to have more friends?
Well, yeah.
And why do you think other kids don't want to be friends with you?
Well, sometimes they just think I'm weird. My classmates, they call me a schizophrenic. Also, if you give me your social media, I could make friends with someone.
He can't adapt. He's constantly resisting, wondering what's going wrong. Why don't people understand me? Well, I do try, so why aren't people interested in that? I mean, I do talk to them. He has friends from cartoons. He makes them and walks around with them, telling them everything. Just like he imagines that a real friend is next to him, he shares his impressions and feelings with them. My daughter Christina, she is 6 years old at the moment. At first she was scared. She pays attention to his behavior, but now she is understanding about it. She has to be a nanny, a friend. He doesn't let her sing. He doesn't even let her whisper to her toys while playing. As you know, one of the symptoms of autism is getting stuck on things. The range of interest is very narrow. In our case, it's towers. We've already put together a collection without instructions. He just puts these pieces together with a single movement of his hand, like Lego, a construction set. He assembles more than 1,000 pieces. He puts them together in 2 hours, while an ordinary person would take at least a week to assemble that much. Artyom not only builds things himself, he also gathers information about these architectural objects from various sources. That's right, a high-rise building. He likes something that goes up. On the internet, there's Google Earth. He turns on, this 3D visualization mode, and he gets really close to the screen and imagines as if There, you can also place yourself at the very top of the object, of a skyscraper, and from the top down, it looks like he's at the very peak. When you ask him what he dreams about, Artyom says, I dream that the coronavirus will go away because he wants to go to Moscow and visit the Ostankino Tower. There was a time when I heard him crying. I was very surprised. I came up to him and this is what he told me. I will never have my own family and I won't have children. I asked, why did you decide that? I'm different from everyone else. I had the feeling as if I was talking to a different person. The problem is that with this illness, you can't raise a lot of money and cure it. I mean, autism, it's impossible to outgrow it. I get tired of always having to defend the right to a full, comfortable life. I always warn people, my son has autism, he might express his emotions differently. And adults ask me, why do you tell everyone about this? But that's Not everyone will notice, but overall he's just an ordinary boy. But for some reason, when this ordinary boy starts interacting with their children, they very quickly leave. I want to leave the company. An understanding that such children exist and that we need to accept them. You live with the question, what comes next? And what can I do for my child right now? And, well, I mean, is he happy about it? The fact that you constantly push him to grow? Yes, we'll focus on language. He's doing really well with English. Why do I focus on him going to college? Not in Belarus, because I have this stereotype, more opportunities for creativity for such children. People don't turn away from them, but use their potential. He's like a scientist, he thinks outside the box. The tasks that children can spend half a day struggling with doing their homework, while he finishes his homework in an hour at most. It's simple, especially if it doesn't involve any kind of communication. The most important thing is for Artyom to be happy no matter what he chooses to do. And if I see that he's doing something like sorting some jars and he's happy and calm because of it, and he has something there, I don't know, something for him, a sense of order in his life, then I will be happy. Being the mother of a child with autism is like living two lives at once, like as if you inhabit him and just guide him. It's like living two lives in one.